In June, the United States Department of Justice announced another 2 expansions for the 1MDB Asset Forfeiture megasuit, bringing the total value of the items that they're after to $1.7 billion. Now, the one thing that would catch many eyes on this updated list is the mega yacht known as Equanimity. The floating mansion is valued at $250 million US, which is at least 1 billion ringgit. So come along on a journey with me as we explore the world of the rich and famous to see for yourself why yachting is considered the ultimate hobby and why getting into it is like flushing your money down the toilet. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's take a look at how much $250 million US actually is. As mentioned earlier, it's at least 1 billion ringgit. So let's go with that. If you earn the salary of the Malaysian Prime Minister, which is about 20,000 ringgit a month, you would have to work for 365 years, yes, years, not days, in order to save up that kind of dosh. Or if you took the Chinese primary school's yearly special allocation of 50 million ringgit, that's 20 years worth of special allocations for over 1,400 Chinese primary schools nationwide. In the wonderful world of yachting, the high-end yachts are those that are about 75 feet or longer. That's about the length of your average terrace house, mind you. But Equanimity? No, it's nowhere near this. In fact, she blows that right out of the water. Literally. Equanimity is 300 feet long with at least 5 stories. That's about the length of 4 houses right there, and yes, it is basically the size of a cruise ship. Heck, that's even slightly bigger than the Taipan cruise owned by Genting's Dream Cruises. Equanimity is the creme de la creme of luxury yachts, and it is the 51st largest yacht ever built, sporting 1 master bedroom, 9 guest rooms, a sauna, jacuzzi, salon, gym, elevator, cinema, 20-meter swimming pool, workers' rooms, and a beach club, whatever that's supposed to be. To top it all off, she even has a helipad. She can accommodate a total of 26 passengers and 28 crew. Yachting is a hobby that's like a bottomless pit. You put money into it and it will never ever fill up. So let's say you blow your 365-year Grand Slam salary on a big baby like Equanimity. It doesn't end there. There's gas, maintenance, and a myriad of other things to take into consideration. According to yachting experts, as quoted in a report by Business Insider, a loose way of calculating the annual maintenance cost of a yacht is to take 10% of its value. If this is correct, with a billion ringgit price tag, you're looking at 100 million ringgit just to take care of it every year. Now, 100 million ringgit is still 36.5 years worth of a Prime Minister's salary in Malaysia. Bear in mind that Dr. Mahathir Mohamad only served 22 years as PM. What goes into the big upkeep cost? Let's start with fuel, okay? Equanimity chugs diesel, and diesel is known to be efficient, right? Not in her belly. For starters, a full tank on Equanimity is 270,000 liters of diesel. That's enough to fill a Proton Wira 54,200 times over. If we go by the average American price of diesel, which is $2.50 to the liter, every time you fill her up, it's $675,000. That's over 2.9 million ringgit at today's exchange rate. Now that's where 2 cents makes a hell of a difference. On to the efficiency. Okay, the Equanimity is no Proton Wira. The fastest she can go is just 19 knots or about 35 kilometers an hour. But regardless of what vehicle you drive, be it a motorcycle or a Boeing 747, you've got to park it somewhere, right? Now let's be real, it's hard enough to park a Velfire properly without being a nuisance. So where are you going to park a 300-foot gargantuan of a boat? According to our research, there aren't many piers or docks that can house a 300-foot long anything. With a bit of Google foo, we found a berth in Montenegro that could possibly fit Equanimity. Leasing it for the minimum tenure of 15 years will set you back 7,951,600 euros, which is about 25,330,000 ringgit. Moving on, the stuff on board isn't a one-man show either. I'm pretty sure Jho Low doesn't know jack about how to service an engine. You gotta have staff, and you better pay them well to take good care of the big girl. If you're looking at paying these people about $5,000 US on average a month, which is actually a very economic rate for the super yacht world, take all the crew into consideration and their salaries would pile up to a few million ringgit. And that's before the bonus, EPF, and SOXO if applicable. The rest of that annual maintenance goes into the servicing, spare parts, and general maintenance of the vessel to keep it running in tip-top condition. And yes, these are recurring expenses. So now you can probably see why it's indeed a bottomless pit. And now we ask, where does Jho Low get his dosh? Is the Jinwell Corporation really that lucrative? What we do know, however, is where Equanimity was. On the 13th of June, just a couple of days before the DOJ dropped their latest bombshell, it was spotted near the waters of Cambodia. Just before that, on the 6th of June, it was somewhere southeast of Singapore. Now that the US of A is out to seize the Equanimity, you can be sure that we're not going to expect a high-speed chase with helicopters and spike trips. After all, her maximum speed isn't enough to even trigger the Pokemon Go speed limit warning. The only question to ask now is whether the DOJ is going to get her, or will she be as elusive as her owner? I'll keep you posted. My name's Daniel Anthony. Thanks for watching.